Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, everyone. And thank you so much for watching. What is good, guys? I am Jade. If you're new here, and welcome to my live. So, today I want us to talk about something. Apparently, Harry and Meghan have been demoted. Now. First of all, let me preface this by saying there are, as of right now, no official words yet, but on the websites, on the royal family website or whatever, there has been some movement wherein Harry and Meghan, who used to be immediately behind William and Kate, have now been moved further down the line. And for some reason, this development has made a lot of old British people really happy. And you want to know why? Should we go over all of that one more time? The reason is very obvious. But that is the latest right now. And obviously, a lot of people are very, very interested in this story, and they are actively going on the website to see what is being moved around, to see who's been added, and to see who's been taken out. Okay, so there is also this conversation about whether or not Harry and Meghan's children would get the official prince and princess title in alongside with the HRH title, because um because Harry and Meghan's children are like direct grandchildren to the monarch, to the king right now, so they are entitled to that, which was the reason why they were not entitled before when Queen Elizabeth was still alive and the queen. So there is also that debate. But apparently, the fact that it appears that Harry and Meghan have been demoted has made a lot of British old. I mean, old. I'm very specific with that because there is something else going on that I'm going to be talking about in another video. But I want to make this very clear that most of the people who are rejoicing over this, who are happy, basically old people. And you know what? At the end of the day, those people's opinion don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, if you know what I mean, because a lot of them are soon going to join their queen in the hereafter. Okay, that's just the circle of life. This is not me wishing them ill or anything, but it's just the natural progression of life. Okay, okay, good. But it is so interesting to me to see how people are so happy. And most of these people are just going based off of the lies that the media has been feeding them on account of William and Kate and Camilla and Charles. Because make no mistake about it, Camilla was one of the most hated women in the royal family. In fact, in Britain, full stop. They hated her because of what she supposedly did in destroying the home of Princess Diana and King Charles now. Okay, so people held him, like, even till this day, even no matter how many hate campaign, smear campaign, or whatever campaign that they have launched against Harry and Meghan, people still don't like her. Isn't that sad? Like, they have done all these things. They have gone above and beyond to use the media to turn on Harry and Meghan, to make her essentially the devil's pawn, the one that nobody ever she who shall not be named, essentially. But all of those things that they have done has not really have not really moved a needle when it comes to Camilla's favorability. It hasn't really done that. So in spite of all the hate that they have facilitated, the hate that they have pushed against Meghan especially and Harry, it still hasn't moved the needle in terms of how Camilla is perceived, in terms of how Camilla is received by the British, by the general public in Britain. So that must really, really hurt. So Meghan essentially became just this smokescreen for this family, because this family is very scandalous. The royal family is very toxic, very scandalous. And they felt like once they realized that, okay, Harry and Meghan are now in the picture, especially Meghan, let's turn Meghan, let's feed Meghan to the hateful people of the world and use her as a smokescreen and use her as a distraction for majority of our scandals, majority of the things that, the world can see. People don't like us. People have so many different reasons why they don't like us as the royal family. So let's just make sure that we pump out enough scandal about Meghan, mostly lies, just to get the people to get the heat off our backs. Okay? But the funny thing is, in spite of all of that, it still hasn't changed anything. Camilla is still not liked. People still look at her and they just see her as a glorified lady of the night. Okay? So it is what it is. And all those things that is happening, if you look, like I said, other than just the media who are just bombarding, the people can see through the bullshit. The people can see what is actually going on. They can see it. And so they are reacting to that as well. People react all the time, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Meghan has just simply become this smokescreen for these people. They throw her under the bus every time. When when William resumed his relationship with his lover, they, instead of, okay, now we have to post something about William and Kate, instead of actually addressing that, they negotiate with the media and they spread some lies and some false information. They feed the media with false information that the media then feed to their gullible readers and viewers and watchers or whatever. And all of the scandal, the destructive scandal of that toxic family is once again buried. It's once again buried. So, like, other than when you go on social media and some medias who are really, really neutral, like they don't have a dog in this fight, they don't have anything to gain by feeding Meghan to the wolves, by feeding Meghan to the hateful, to the hateful mob, right? Those are the only people actually speaking out about this very, very open, very, very obvious crack in William and Kate's marriage. I mean, these two don't even see eye to eye on anything. They don't like each other. They just fake. Sometimes I have read somewhere that you literally have to like bribe Kate to get her to even show an ounce of affection towards William. And can you blame her? No, because William has done so much to hurt that woman. But because she also wants to be the queen one day, she wants to be married to the king one day, so she's willing, more than happy, to put off all these things, all the allegations of cheating. Not even allegations, I mean, I'm saying allegations because I wasn't there when it happened, but she knows that her husband William is running around with somebody who used to be her friend, her best friend. So you see that kind of lifestyle really runs in that family. The men cannot be trusted. That's the reason why Harry is an odd one out. And that's the reason why they hate Harry. Harry is a very loyal man, loyal to Meghan. And William is exactly like his father. He has his eye on the prize. All he cares about is the royal family business, is being king one day, and he's gonna do everything. He's gonna throw his younger brother Harry under the bus for it, just so that he can look good. He's gonna throw his younger brother's wife under the bus, just so that there are even more salacious scandal about how William is running around with his wife best friend, and other women for that matter doesn't get pushed to the limelight, doesn't get pushed you know, doesn't become front page news essentially. So yeah, it's really, really interesting. And then there is this other thing that the British people are celebrating as of right now, that Harry and Meghan's children are never going to be HRH, blah blah blah. They're never going to be addressed as such, blah 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 blah. And these things really make these people happy. Why? Over a lie, over lies that you have been fed. I still cannot get over something that somebody posted one time, that Harry and Meghan said that Harry is just a plane crash away from the throne. Like, I'm like, how in God's name do you even believe? How can she say something like that and not already be in prison or something? And then you people just swallow everything and just take it as the gospel and just run with it. So they are celebrating because it's still up in the air now whether or not Archie and Lilibeth will get that title officially. And I think Charles and the other people in the toxic family, in the firm, I think they're just weighing the options. They're looking at public response to it. They want to see how public respond, and that is going to determine how they push forward with regards to that. And despite all the lies and the false information about how Harry and Meghan are supposedly so pissed off, they're so angry that their children will not be getting the official royal title, whatever. I don't think those two give two F's about it. Those two just wanted to be away. They wanted to be away from that toxicity. They wanted to be away from being thrown under the bus. They wanted to be away from Meghan being thrown under the bus as a diversion for the major problem going on in the royal family. They wanted to be away from all of that. I don't think they give two F's. They want to raise their children in the most normal setting, in the most normal environment, and as normal as they possibly can. They don't care about that. They don't care about their children getting the title or whatever. Harry wants nothing to do with that life. And it's always interesting to me how the media now want to make it seem like they've basically tagged this entire movement, Megxit. They conveniently forget that for years, Harry has made it very clear that he wants nothing to do with that life. He couldn't wait to get away. If he had married anybody else from UK or Europe or wherever, there would have been a likelihood that he would have remained in that life that he truly, honestly didn't want. But he married somebody who is strong, opinionated, a feminist, someone who's independent, who's willing to support him. That was where he got his strength to actually say, I don't want to do this. I want to be out of here, especially given the kind of politics that they started playing after the media realized that they can actually make more from just smearing Meghan than they do anybody else, because majority of their readers are racist. So it works for them. It's financially beneficial for them to make Meghan a permanent target. So Harry realized that, okay, this is not the life that I want. This is not what I want. I have to leave. And so he left, took his wife and left. They even tried to negotiate and say, okay, let's be part-time royals, but it did not work out. And so they left. And the audacity of it, the reason why the hate has just blown up is because they could not even imagine that Meghan would have supported her husband like that. How dare you? How dare you turn your back on this great? Because they're scared. There is a fraction. The royal family, the monarchy is no longer as respected as it once was, which is very, very normal. Very normal. This is a normal thing. This is a normal progression of life. They are holding on to the way it used to be. No, we are in the 24th century. Things are changing. People no longer value that kind of that kind of establishment. People don't care anymore for the royals, you know, like, and now they are holding on to it because really, what else do they have? How else are the royal family, the firm, going to continue to milk the public? None of them have ever worked a day in their life. They rely 100% on tax and everything, you know. So how else are they going to be in charge and make all this money? If not, if people start looking at the royal family as something that needs to be that needs to be abolished. So that's the fear. They see what Harry did by leaving the royal family, not leaving the royal family, by basically choosing a different path for themselves. They see this as something that is going to affect the family on the long run, and so they are seriously trying their hardest to make sure that they send a message. And so far, other messages that they have been sending, guess what? Hasn't been moving any needle. It hasn't really done anything, to be honest. You know, it has only even strengthened those two and their relationship and their love for each other, you know. And outside of the racist people in Britain, majority of the world still loves Meghan and Harry, no matter what their media is trying to feed you. Take that from me. A few weeks ago, they were talking about how, oh, even in America, Harry and Meghan are no longer winning the popularity support from the majority of the people. And then they did a poll, and the poll showed that Meghan, even in spite of the controversy that went on a couple of weeks ago, she was still very much favored. And then they were all dumbfounded and like, we don't know what's going on after everything that we have done to try to smear this woman. Seems nobody give a shit. No. It's time for people to abolish, time for you people to abolish the royal family. It's done. It's over. It's done. It's no longer useful. And the only reason why you people are holding on to it, the reason why you're holding on to it is because you want to keep milking people. You want to continue to milk the people, the poorer countries, and the taxpayers in the UK and everywhere. Like, you literally, the royal family does nothing for the people. They serve no purpose. They serve no purpose. And I suspect that this attack against Meghan is even going to continue under Prince Charles, under King Charles' rule, because he's gonna do everything to try to hold on to the monarchy. He doesn't want it to collapse under his watch, right? So he's going to be even more forceful with some of the things, with some of the pushback, the retribution, the attack that they're going to launch against Harry and Meghan for being strong, for being audacious enough to say they wanted to choose a different path for their lives. So I suspect that King Charles is going to be even more vindictive. He's even going to be more harsh, you know, in passing what he thinks is a judgment against these people, because he wants to do everything. He doesn't want the monarchy to collapse under his watch, under his reign. So he's going to send an even stronger message against Harry and Meghan, and also to show a sign of strength, like, I am strong. Nobody defies me and get away with it. Nobody dares defy me and get away with it. So I am showing to the people that I am strong now, because like, it'll be a tragedy if the monarch basically dissolves under his watch, right? So this is about him sending a message, trying to hold on to something that is so outdated, something that just needs to go away. The monarch needs to be, it needs to be over. Again, like I said, it does nothing for the people. It's just more exploitation. It exploits poorer countries and just milk them, exploits taxpayers who are basically funding this life. So what do people get from it? The average, the normal, regular people get nothing from the monarch. They get nothing. But then the monarch get rich off of the backs of taxpayers, off of the backs of countries that are uh, um, in the what is it called? I don't know. So they get rich off of the backs of the poorer countries. They get rich off of the back of taxpayers in the UK, and these taxpayers, these poorer countries, get nothing from it. So yeah, it's all a show of force. I really think it's going to get worse before it gets better for Harry and Meghan, because this man will want to show that he's a strong king, and historically, kings are usually not liked as much as queens are. So the reason why Queen Elizabeth, in spite of all the blood soaked diamonds and tiaras and everything, that the blood on her hands, is because she's a woman. you know she's a woman. So as a woman, she generally had this soft persona about her, and people just gravitated towards her, as opposed to a man, as opposed to a king. King generally do not get the same love and respect as queen. So he's going to reign with an iron fist to make sure that if he doesn't get the respect or the support, naturally he's going to get it by showing force. So that's basically what I think is going on. But yeah, anyways, I wanted to quickly drop this here, and I'll be back later. I have more to talk about. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.